For question 2, which is how effective is a combination of your main product and ancillary tasks, I'm going to start off with a poster. And I believe our poster succeeds in its purpose, and that is to communicate very quickly to whoever sees it what the film is about and the style of the film and the feel of it. And all it contains is an image of the location of the film, which was the house where it took place, and then an edited backdrop to give it a slightly scarier feel to the original dull kind of grey sky in the background. And also the title gives a very good hint at what the film is about when put across the top of the house, which is where it took place. Gives a strong suggestion of a sort of home invasion feel, which is exactly what our film is more or less about. The reviews function is to give the person viewing the poster a sense of how good the film is. On our poster nothing changes, and that is all they do. They give the person doing the poster an idea of how good the film is, and despite our short film not really being able to get reviews like that in a million years, it still does the same job as any other poster would. Obviously the production block at the bottom is a legal requirement and would be there anyway, and its purpose is more or less to give credit to people who worked on the film and had something to do with it. Onto the review, the Little White Lies one. As we were doing it from Little White Lies, we had to stick to certain house conventions and elements when doing it that we couldn't change, so to make it seem like a genuine review from Little White Lies. An example of some of these would be the font styles used, they're consistent with any kind of copy of Little White Lies, and also the big header photo at the top of the review taken from the film itself. The page number having 3 digits, not 2, things that detail that small. Information on when it's released and having the directors' names there are also details that are included in all reviews from them. All we had to really create was the review itself, and then we had to write it in the style of Little White Lies and how its reviews are written, and I'm confident if put in a real world situation that our review could pass as a real thing or close to it, and hopefully help convince people to go and watch the film. Also, the audience who reads Little White Lies is quite varied, I think, which would be a benefit to us, as it isn't one specific group of people, so that would help further our audience, hopefully. Both the poster and review go well together with the film, but the film itself is obviously what would be most important. And if we were to try to put the whole product out in the market, and with our target audience being young males mainly, I'm confident we would reach out and appeal to them to some extent at least. Also referring to the audience feedback we got to the people who we showed our film to, said it was good, they liked it, and given that they were more or less our ideal demographic, that's a good sign at least. Also, our film, if it was to be released obviously, it wouldn't be a big blockbuster in main cinemas. It would be put on places like Virgin Media Shorts, other kind of short film websites, maybe YouTube. Potentially showings at places like the Duke of York Cinema House, smaller sort of independent places like that. And the audience is limited with that, and so being a film directed mainly at young males, it would be fairly difficult, I think, to attract them to places like this. I mean, the advantages with YouTube and Virgin Media Shorts, other places online like that, is that more or less anyone can access them. Whereas with picture houses, obviously, they're a very sort of restricted kind of group of people that would go to them and enjoy them. People that really do like cinema, and unfortunately, young males aren't probably that kind of person. So with young males, the only place you're likely to reach them with a short film like ours would be online, which is YouTube and other places like that. And our film is on YouTube, so that is possible.